feel transported back to when I was 10 years old. It's 1992 and Terminator 2 is dominating the movie scene. I'm visiting Salisbury Beach and hitting up the arcades with $20 worth of quarters. Terminator 2D No Fate feels plucked directly from that era. It looks, feels, sounds, and plays exactly how I remember arcade machines of the time. It also frustrates in similar ways, but it's all intentional. This is the XboxEra review of Terminator 2D No Fate. No Fate jumps between the future war between man and machine and 1995 Los Angeles. While not a beat-for-beat recreation of Terminator 2, it hits many key plot points while adding in an enormous body count. Everything is played from a 2D perspective with a single plane to shoot, dodge, and melee from. The game smartly changes up its 2 to 5 minute long levels as you'll go between car chases, bar brawls that play on multi-plane beat-em-up setups, and take on a helicopter from the back of a van. What controls your enjoyment level is going to be the difficulty you choose, because only on easy do you get unlimited continues. On normal, hard, and above, you have to restart the entire 90-minute or so long campaign if you run out of continues. I mostly played through on hard until the last level tore through my 4 continues, forcing me to begin things again. I chose normal, where again, the final level tore through my continues, and I eventually beat the game on easy because I only had about a day to do this review. With more time, I know I could have beaten it on the hard difficulty, where patience is a must. The gameplay is simplistic but fun. Most of the action sequences see you as either Sarah Connor or her future version son, Commander John Connor. Occasionally things are mixed up, but for the most part, Sarah and John have a few pips of life, and avoiding damage is king. Both characters have guns, which are either single shot, most of the time for Sarah, or automatic fire with the X button with John. You can press down to duck, A to jump, B to use items or hide in the background, and Y is a grenade, mostly for John. Down and A lets you slide or dodge roll to avoid or cause damage. Gameplay feels tight outside of that slide/dodge, which can be stuck going in the opposite direction if you try and turn too quickly after changing the way you are facing. Holding either trigger will lock you in place and let you aim in a circle of 8 directions around you. Enemy placement, whether it's a Terminator on a Gatling gun or a moving laser beam of death, requires you to mix up your aiming and dodge rolls at a breakneck pace on greater difficulties. It is not only the amount of damage you can take that changes, but the actual enemy and hazard placements as well. On easy, I beat the game in about 45 minutes, whereas a full Hasta La Vista hard mode run was going to be about 90. There is so much more to worry about in every stage on the harder difficulties, and while you can unlock checkpoints that heal you back to full during a stage, if you lose all your continues, it is all the way back to the beginning on all but easy mode. Every stage you play is scored from an E to S rating system, though every time I died and had to use a continue, my score was E on that level no matter what. To add replayability, you can unlock new endings based on a couple of choices you can make during the game. You can't make them the first time, but you can on subsequent playthroughs. These changes from the movie were cool and got me to play through the game 3 times total just to see how different everything can be. It is the best part of the game after how damned good looking the sprites are. When I say this game looks like it's plucked out of the early 90s arcade scene, I mean it. All the issues machines back then had to contend with aren't really ignored here like in a lot of modern retro style looks. Things are like just off in a way that feels right for someone who grew up back then. None of the in-game characters is quite their actor face-wise. And the animation is smooth, but it's not too smooth, if you know what I mean. This feels like you had an arcade cabinet at home thanks to either rich parents or winning a contest of some sort. The cutscenes have just enough animation to look good, and again, not too new. There are weird angles and a lack of polish that just fits my memories perfectly. And I ended up using the built-in CRT filter for most of my playthrough. It dithered the pixels just enough to make it a better looking experience on my OLED. The music is the only area where things are a bit too clean, because this was before the era of CD quality sound kind of being everywhere. The in-game sound effects, though, do hit the right tones, and overall the soundtrack is great. Having Bad to the Bone start playing while I was pummeling bikers as a nude, dickless Arnold T800 was great, despite how terrible that song is. Alongside the altered endings are a boss rush and Mother of the Future modes to unlock once you've taken the alternate paths. At a $30 digital, or $60 for a physical version that's chock full of goodies, you end up getting yourself a solid 10 plus hours of enjoyment from the title. It's the type of game I could see myself going through again every few years for that heavy dose of nostalgia. Wrapping things up, Terminator 2D No Fate is a gorgeous, fun time with all the positives and negatives of 90s arcade games. The inclusion of alternate story paths helps the title from feeling too repetitive, and any fan of the franchise would do well to check this one out.